Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, the case of a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy accused of attempted murder, exploiting the elderly, and 20 other charges in court this morning. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us now with details of this high-profile case of Frankie Bybee. Ray?
Yeah, Scott, Frankie Bybee arraigned today and pleaded not guilty. This is the story of an 18-year deputy who became friends with an older woman he met on duty last fall. But the sheriff's office says what happened next was criminal. They say Bybee forged checks and tried to kill her and frame it as a suicide. He is facing over 20 counts. Now, Bybee did not appear in court this morning when his case was announced.
This case is Frankie Eugene Bybee, case number 2017 CF 1018NC, represented by attorney Charles Britt, and it's being set for a case management date of March 16th, 2017 at 8:30 a.m.
So again, Frankie Bybee arraigned, pleaded not guilty, and back in court on March 16th for a case management hearing. Scott.
All right, Ray, thank you. Also in court, closing arguments are taking place today in the case of a Bradenton mother facing charges in the death of her 4-year-old son. Diana Marr is charged with attempted manslaughter, aggravated manslaughter in the death of her son Alexander. Marr took the stand yesterday saying she never noticed Alex had any bruising or cuts, but an autopsy showed the boy had traumatic injuries to his head and torso. He died from skull fractures. Marr's boyfriend, Trevor Cardarell, was found guilty last month of culpable negligence in the case. If convicted, Marr faces 30 years in prison. A rock guitarist and Suncoast resident pleads guilty and pays a fine after stepping off a Delta flight from Mexico with a loaded handgun at Atlanta's airport. Prosecutors say Rick Derringer told a federal air marshal he kept his gun with him on commercial airline flights 30 to 50 times a year. His plea this week involves only one charge: carrying a weapon aboard an airplane and in a secure area of Atlanta's airport last month. Derringer told the air marshal that carrying his gun on planes has never been a problem until it was found in his carry-on luggage after arriving on the flight from Cancun. The 69-year-old Derringer, who lives in Bradenton, sang the 1965 hit song Hang On Sloopy and later recorded Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. High wire walker Nick Wallenda is trying to help performers who were injured while practicing for Circus Sarasota. Wallenda starting a fundraiser to help pay the medical expenses for these performers. In a Facebook post, Wallenda says donations will be accepted through the crowdfunding website YouCaring. The goal is to raise about $100,000. Any money left over will go to similar causes for circus arts performers. So far, the campaign has raised $4,500. It's about to get a little quieter around Bradenton's Riverwalk. The City Council approving a resolution to close the Riverwalk Amphitheater overnight. That amphitheater area has become a hotspot for late-night activities like parties and unauthorized concerts. But the loud noise has caused those who live nearby to complain.
When it got to the point where we had residents calling us a lot and coming to city council meetings, it was obvious that it was something we need to look into.
Under the new resolution, the amphitheater will be closed from 9 p.m. until 7 a.m. daily, and it goes into effect immediately. After 2 weeks of workouts, let the games begin. Spring training games kicking off for some of our area teams today. The Orioles will take on the Tigers in Lakeland this afternoon, and the Rays are playing tonight in Fort Myers against the Twins. And the Pittsburgh Pirates will have split squad games tomorrow, first with the Orioles at Lecom Park in Bradenton. That game is set for 1:05. They're also playing the Tampa Bay Rays in Port Charlotte. The Orioles will host the Pirates on Sunday for the team's home opener at Ed Smith Stadium. Great weather for all these games, it would appear, at least if it's like today, huh?
Beautiful weather all the way around. Absolutely. We had a little bit of morning cloud cover kind of caught under a capping inversion in the atmosphere. They didn't let it mix away, but with a little daytime heating, it did very nicely, and we're looking at a lot of sunshine, I think, for the rest of the weekend.
That sounds awesome.
With a possible exception.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Taking a look at the Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion, started the morning off with a little bit of patchy fog and a little bit of cloud cover, holes in the clouds. once they occurred, revealed a very beautiful, beautiful blue sky back behind it. A lot of dry air aloft, so none of the cloud cover could produce any rainfall. Don't expect to see that. We are watching lots of sunshine boost our temperatures today. A little bit of patchy drizzle to the north and out in the Gulf waters. That's of no issue to us whatsoever. The cloud cover now moving away, high pressure building in, dry air mixing through the atmosphere, and a daytime high will be warm once again with a lot of sunshine baking the ground and warming the air adjacent. Looking for a daytime high probably close to the 80-degree mark. Complete forecast details for the weekend, including another front, coming up in a second.
All right, John, thank you. Expect to see some potential delays over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. Starting tonight, lanes on both sides of the bridge will be closed for repair work. Those closures will be mainly between 7:30 at night and 6:30 in the morning, Sunday through Thursday. Work is expected to be completed by next Saturday, March 4th. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now. And Jeff, it's been another good week in the markets.
Scott, that is correct. Another good week. The Dow 10 days in a row on a positive note, leading the way about 1% for the week, while the NASDAQ right around 0.5% for the week, although not all positive. S&P 0.75% for the week, had a couple of down days in there as well. 90% of the S&P 500 companies have reported earnings, average 5% growth. That's very positive. We still have another 29 next week. And the big news is Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company, is going to announce their earnings and annual report Saturday morning. So I'm sure all the markets and investors will be keeping their eyes on that. I woke up this morning, the futures were down. Let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 20,763, down 46 points, 0.25%, while NASDAQ, 5,824, down 10 points, 0.18%. S&P negative as well, 2,359, down almost 5 points, that 0.25%.
And Jeff, JCPenney announcing some store closings nationwide. What more do we know about that?
Scott, we know they're talking about 140 stores in the upcoming months. They believe this will be accomplished by June. Mid-March, we should know which stores are actually going to be closed. They're also going to close 2 distribution centers. Last year, they had 105,000 employees with 1,021 stores. They're offering about 6,000 employees early retirement packages. They say this will cost them $225 million one time, but will save them $200 million per year, so that makes sense. As we all know, retail's been hard. Sears and Kmart closed 150 stores. Macy's, another 68 stores with about 10,000 jobs. FYI, Amazon, just to put this all in relevance, is offering 100,000 jobs they believe this year they're going to be taking on. So we'll see if some of those people from JCPenney's, Sears will go there. Unfortunately, JCPenney's is down about 8% for the day, trading at $6.25, down 25% for the year, Scott. Retails are not what they used to be.
Not at all, at least the old kind. Amazon sounds like it's doing pretty well, that's for sure.
Definitely does.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much.
Have a great weekend,
You
Scott.
too. New Orleans fever is back on the Suncoast. The Mardi Gras Festival is returning to Ribonia this weekend. Takes place tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock on Bayshore Road. The party first started back in 1980, but it had to be canceled the past 2 years due to financial reasons. Organizers say it's back and better than ever. At least 20 floats will be involved. Other festivities will last throughout the day at the Ribonia Community Center until 6 o'clock. All right, it's time for lunch, and today ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher is enjoying some French cuisine at C'est La Vie's new restaurant. Judy?
Welcome to C'est La Vie. I'm so excited to be broadcasting from here because I've been a big fan of C'est La Vie and their other restaurant, Lolita Tartine, downtown. Well, they took a former space out here off University and Cooper Creek Boulevard. You'll know it because it's right next to Total Wines and Nordstrom's Rack. They have been doing phenomenally since they first opened. Why? Because they have beautiful French cuisine and pastries. What's really exciting is they're also open for dinner Wednesday through Saturday night. So you can have those classic country fresh dishes. You're going to get to explore the menu with me and the owner. We'll talk about how they make those beautiful pastries and explore the menu, all on a trip to France, but it's not going to be a plane fare. It's just a little car ride over to Cooper Creek Boulevard. So stay with me throughout the hour as I come to you from C'est La Vie off University.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works in contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th Annual St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, February 25th and 26th at North Straw Park in St. Petersburg. Bring your love and appreciation of art to the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Get all the safety and security of a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Patriot for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, now that the sun is out full force, we're going to see the temperatures rise pretty quickly, I think, up toward the upper 70s, maybe even cracking the 80-degree mark. Certainly in inland areas, you'll be cracking the 80-degree mark. 75 degrees current air temperature, dew point is at 62. Despite the fact that we have developed a wind that is kind of lightly out of the northeast, north, it really hasn't lowered our dew points all that much. We're still coming in with a 62-degree dew point. And I think the reason for that is that the low pressure area has just slung tons of moisture back in this direction on the top half of the system. So not going to dry out here. We're looking at across the boards at temperatures that are generally in the mid to upper 70s. 77 in Arcadia, Mayaca, 75, Parrish, Bradenton at 77. Lakewood Ranch comes in at 76. We do have 169 Longboat Key and a 72 in Venice, 73 in Inglewood, and a 77 degrees in Punta Gorda, 78 in Northport. Across the region, the general offshore wind flow, I think, has helped with the red tide issues. I mean, we had some intense red tides irritant in the air being spotted by Mote Marine observers as they go out to these beaches and check it out. We don't have that with this morning's report. It has decreased a little bit. We still have, of course, many locations that are significant amounts of red tide in the air bothering some beachgoers out there, but at least it has decreased with that offshore flow. Now this afternoon for a time we'll see the wind shift a little bit more westerly. We'll see what kind of effect that has. By the way, the red tide in the water, that report comes out a little bit later this afternoon. We are looking for these showers to really not be a problem. We have a little bit of higher level clouds still wrapping around a low pressure area. And we have a cold front carving its way through the center section of the country, producing some fair amounts of snowfall in parts of the northern tier. Also the potential for some severe weather as that front moves into the Ohio Valley. There's our low pressure area spinning around. You can see some of the moisture being kind of slung back in this direction. There was our cloud cover this morning being pushed offshore as the capping inversion, it's called, which is just a very stable layer of air aloft, starts to break up as the heating of the day mixes the atmosphere. This cloud cover will go away. That's associated with our approaching frontal boundary, and you can see it's beginning to tape form with some kind of lumpier looking clouds here on the satellite presentation. Those could develop into severe storms as we progress through the day through the Ohio Valley. Not for us, but for the Ohio Valley. In fact, that frontal boundary as it approaches the state of Florida is kind of going to fall apart, really. I mean, it'll produce some showers in the northern Gulf waters. Moisture there will help support those scattered showers. But as the whole system sinks southward, not going to get much out of it except perhaps a little bit of drier air for Sunday. I think Sunday looks to be a pretty nice day. Lots of sunshine, a warm afternoon today, and then that dry weekend coming your way. Watch the RPM computer model. Let's put it into motion. You'll watch that front approach the northern Gulf Coast with showers and maybe a pop of lightning or two, but as the front gets closer to us, yeah, it just kind of falls apart. We may get a little bit of cloud cover Saturday evening, you know, about sunset time, but other than that, not much. And on Sunday, it should be a mostly sunny day. Daytime highs a few degrees cooler on Sunday, but most of the week is spent close to or above the 80-degree mark. Back to you, Scott.
So much for winter. All right, thank you, John. In health news, the nation's opioid epidemic appears to be getting worse, especially heroin use. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 drug overdoses in 2015 was linked to heroin, more than 52,000 deaths overall. This includes drugs like fentanyl and oxycodone. That number was just 6% back in 1999, but overall now, opioids were involved in 73% of overdose deaths in the year 2015. Well, take it easy on the stress. You actually could be making yourself heavier. According to the new obesity study, tension levels are linked to a stress hormone called cortisol. It's released in the bloodstream when we're extremely pressed. It's also been found to increase our body mass. The hormone is usually tested through blood, urine, or saliva, but there are some benefits to it. For example, the hormone has been shown to help our hair grow. So there's that. Another animal needs adopting. We'll introduce you to our pet of the week, and then the countdown begins to one of the most glamorous nights in Hollywood. We'll preview this year's Oscars coming up a little later.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony. We're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works in contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more.
The 4th Annual St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, February 25th and 26th at North Straub Park in St. Petersburg.
Bring your love and appreciation of art to the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
It's time to meet our pet of the week. John joins the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marcia Panucci, to introduce us today to Susie. John, Marcia?
And I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Susie would make a perfect addition to anybody's family.
Absolutely,
what a sweet dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She is a kisser.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this is the first time she hasn't kissed in about an hour.
Well, it's kind of weird here in the TV studios, but she's got such a pleasant face.
Oh, she is. You know, she is an apricot poodle, and you know, those were at one time were considered rare. And she is a lover. She loves to ride in cars. She is very, very affectionate. She's housebroken, John.
Oh, that's a big plus.
That's a good one.
Yeah, when they come housebroken, you can't beat that.
That's right.
Would you like a
and
treat?
she's just a very loving, affectionate dog. She's about 7 years young, and look at that face.
Isn't that adorable?
How could you not fall in love with this face?
Absolutely majestic, sweet face.
Yes.
What a beauty.
I mean, as poodles come, she is really. Yes, we're talking about.
Do we know anything about her
perfect.
history? What kind of family she came from? Was it?
She came from a very lovely family who found themselves in a situation that they could no longer take care of her.
Were there kids involved in the family?
There were children involved.
Okay, so she's accustomed to kids.
Yes, and cats.
And cat, really?
Oh, yes,
you like
yes,
kitty
yes.
cats?
She can hold her own with the kittens. But
what a
I
sweetie.
think her loving nature. She just loves everybody. She just can't spread that love around enough. So she is just absolutely perfect.
Process of adoption, how does that work?
Well, of course, is the, well, you know the process, John.
I do know this organization, and I love them. We adopted one of our dogs from them, and the dog has just been a blessing to our family.
It's the Florida Poodle Rescue. And, of course, you can contact them at 727-265-1766, and you prepare an application, and of course they interview you. They make a house visit, and then your baby is there.
Yeah, great dog, great dog. I hope you get adopted today. I bet you will. You're such a sweetheart. Marcia, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Scott.
All right, thank you both. In sports, Chris Bosh is heading back to the NBA, but not to play basketball. This time he'll be an analyst. Bosh will be part of Turner Sports' players-only team of analysts. It'll run for 5 consecutive Mondays starting next week. Bosh hasn't played an NBA game since last February, but he remains under contract with the Miami Heat. Hollywood could be in the near future for quarterback Tom Brady. A new book and movie are in the works for the Patriots QB. 2 authors are collaborating on the project, but the idea is getting mixed early reviews. Some think a movie will come off as kind of cheesy and predictable. Others believe it'll be a box office natural. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get back now for lunch to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She's joining us today from C'est La Vie's new restaurant near University Parkway and I-75.
I'm so happy to be back with the owner, Jean, and he's going to talk to us about the history of C'est La Vie, because you've been downtown for a long time before you came over here as well. So tell us a little bit about the history of C'est La Vie.
Okay, but C'est La Vie now, it's like 20 years. It's already 20 years. It's a long time. And actually, it was time for us to go forward because Sarasota, it's a big city, and I think a lot of people like us, you know, and downtown being just like downtown. It's some people, they are like west, east, or south, and they need just to have access of our nice food, you know, and nice croissants and pastries, and we are actually we have a good reputation, I guess.
You have a great reputation, and my waistline stands for it because I love your pastries and what you're doing.
Yeah, and we decided that we're gonna do our first, not franchise because I don't like the term. It's not what we want to do, but our first extension of C'est La Vie. It's a license, and we just partner with a couple French people that knows very well the food too, and we decided to extend also our dinner for that area as well as downtown. We already have Lolita Tartine that does dinner as well, and it means that we decided that it was probably a good addition, you know.
Now this is such a big space compared to the original C'est La Vie. Has it been challenging, and what have you had to do differently, because you're making all these homemade beautiful pastries, but your volume's so much bigger here?
Yeah, in fact, here it was good to have a little bit bigger because C'est La Vie, we love it. Everybody loves C'est La Vie, but to work it's pretty tough. You know what is restaurant business. You know, here, well, of course, it was much better. What was challenging for us is to make it nice. A little bit the same atmosphere, you know, and doing like a C'est La Vie in a kind of a brand new space, you know, and I think we succeed not too bad.
Well, considering when I walked in the door there was a waiting line, and that says it all, even before the main lunch rush, so you are doing, but stay with us. We're going to talk about this wonderful cuisine on the table in just a few minutes.
It's the granddaddy of them all, the 89th Annual Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Arcadia Rodeo Association is proud to present this PRCA-sanctioned event featuring some of the world's best bull, bronc, and bareback riding, roping, barrel racing, and steer wrestling. For the little wranglers, there's a calf scramble and mutton busting. Gates open at 11 each day. For tickets, visit arcadiarodeo.com or call 800-749-7633. It's rodeo at its finest. Don't miss the 89th All-Florida Championship Rodeo, March 9th through 12th.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller, The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
Live
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The Trump administration is taking center stage at the Conservative Political Action Conference, also known as CPAC. This is the largest annual gathering of conservative activists in the country. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more from Washington.
President Trump's talking up his victory, taking center stage at CPAC.
A win like nobody has ever seen before.
Where this year is looking a whole lot different than 2016.
He was told there were conservatives that were going to be here.
Republicans hammering at then candidate Trump. Now President Trump has ushered in a wave of Republican control in Washington, pushing his conservative agenda and attacking the media.
A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. Because they have no sources, they just make them up when there are none.
This after new reports that the Trump administration tried to pressure the FBI to dispute stories claiming his administration communicated with Russia during his campaign. And in a tweet this morning, President Trump challenges the FBI to find the leakers. The White House says Chief of Staff Reince Priebus did talk to the FBI, but reports of pressure are overblown. This as the president vows to counter Russia's slightly larger nuclear program, renewing his call to expand America's arsenal.
Bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and hopefully we'll never have to use it, but nobody's going to mess with us, folks. Nobody.
In his speech today, President Trump also talks up his campaign promises, saying they've already taken action to begin construction on a border wall and to repeal and replace Obamacare. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Disgusting act of vandalism at one of the top art schools in the nation. A swastika was discovered in the dormitory bathroom at the Rhode Island School of Design. The anti-Semitic graffiti was made entirely out of human waste. The school is encouraging anyone with information to come forward. Public safety officials are investigating it as an act of vandalism and a hate crime. The number of arrests at the site of a pipeline camp is rising. At least 46 protesters were taken in while authorities were trying to clear up the Dakota Access Oil Pipeline protest camp in North Dakota. The arrests come after the Army Corps of Engineers set a Thursday afternoon deadline for all those protesters to leave in anticipation of spring flooding. A group of veterans in a tent reportedly had to be carried out. Demonstrators are protesting its construction because they say it threatens water supplies and sacred Native American land. It's been more than a decade, but charges have finally come in one of America's biggest murder mysteries. Ryan Duke making his first court appearance for the murder of 30-year-old Tara Grinstead. The former Georgia pageant queen went missing in 2005 after having dinner with friends. Authorities say Duke broke into her home, robbed and killed the teacher with his bare hands and then hid her body. He has not yet entered a plea. Grinstead was a high school teacher and was crowned Miss Tifton, Georgia 3 times. The FBI is investigating whether the fatal shooting of a man at a Kansas sports bar was a hate crime. That shooting took place Wednesday night. One person reportedly heard the suspect, Adam Purinton, yell, quote, "Get out of my country," before opening fire. Afterwards, he drove to a nearby Applebee's restaurant. One of the victims, a 32-year-old engineer, died at a nearby hospital. Police say a bartender at Applebee's called them after Purinton allegedly told her he had shot 2 Middle Eastern men and needed a place to hide out. However, the men were not Middle Eastern, but of Indian descent. Another man shot was a Good Samaritan who stepped in to try to help.
I was just doing what anyone should have done for another human being. He turned around and fired around at me. Went through my hand and through my chest here.
Purinton is being charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. He is a Navy veteran. California is still dealing with the aftermath of a levee break. Farmers, along with federal and state workers, have been working around the clock to repair the levees in California's Central Valley, where the wet winter has dams and waterways near or past capacity. Billions of dollars have been spent on flood projects in the last 20 years, but flood experts say levees protecting farms and farm towns also need billions in maintenance and upgrades. Authorities fear that a single failure could trigger a chain reaction of levee breaks. Another delivery to the International Space Station today, a Russian cargo spacecraft docking this morning. This is the second cargo spacecraft to dock at the space station in about 24 hours. Yesterday, it was the SpaceX Dragon capsule that docked, bringing in more than 5,000 pounds of experiments and supplies for those 6 astronauts currently living on board the space station in our orbit right now.
That to me is amazing. It's like a hotel up there. It's a full parking lot. It's really great to see.
And room service just arrived.
It's right. Yeah. Nice stuff. We have across the region some fair weather breaking out. You know, finally some sunshine out there, dry skies, beautiful, beautiful weather, and warm conditions as well this afternoon. The cloud cover kind of departing here on the Van Wezel webcam. Blue skies will probably be with us for most of the weekend. Maybe some small periods, brief windows of a little bit of extra cloud cover. But all in all, we're looking at a pretty dry, sunny period. Probably for about the next 7 days. You know, I really don't see a big chance of rainfall in the forecast until we head into late next week. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. You can see the cloud cover giving way to the drier air and the sunshine. In response to the sunshine, of course, is some warmer temperatures, and as we head through the afternoon, we'll top it out in the upper 70s. And the weekend looks pretty good too, though we do have another cold front coming. It really won't do anything but make it nicer. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. New this afternoon, a massive recall of toddler swings. Little Tikes is recalling 540,000 of its 2-in-1 snug and secure pink toddler swings. These swings seat can break, which can cause a child then to fall out. There have been at least 140 incidents so far, and about 39 kids were hurt, including 2 with broken arms. The swings were made between 2009 and 2014, were sold in stores and online. Parents who own these swings are asked to stop using it and contact Little Tikes for credit toward another product. Coca-Cola is supporting the World Health Organization's latest guidelines for limited added sugar. The company is reformulating some of its drinks and marketing options such as Coke Zero to bring down its global sugar footprint. The Atlanta-based beverage company is looking to be a total beverage company. Sales of bottled waters and teas are growing more quickly than soda these days. Coke wants to repair its image in public health circles as it tries to reshape its business model. Well, we're just 2 days away now from the biggest show in Hollywood. From major surprises to some potential record breakers, Stephanie Elam shows us what we can expect this Sunday at the Oscars.
Musical romance.
I've been standing with you.
Family drama. And extraterrestrial life, all competing for Oscar.
It's pretty strange that we keep running into each other.
La La Land is the film to watch with 14 nominations, tying All About Eve and Titanic for the most nods in Oscar history.
It's very, very exciting.
The musical is up for Best Picture along with Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight.
Some people think that maybe Hidden Figures could eke out in the end, but I think that in the end La La Land will prevail.
La La Land's Emma Stone is up for Best Actress, as is Isabelle Huppert for Elle, Ruth Negga in Loving, and return winners Meryl Streep as Florence Foster Jenkins and Natalie Portman as Jackie. But Stone's the frontrunner.
Emma Stone has essentially won every single award you can win.
The race for Best Actor, however, is tight. Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling in La La Land, and Viggo Mortensen in Captain Fantastic are all up for the honor. But the momentum is with Denzel Washington for Fences and Casey Affleck in Manchester by the Sea.
Everyone's going to be on the edge of their seat for that competition.
Do you know who's hosting the Oscars this year? I'll give you a hint. He's touching your face.
Jimmy Kimmel is taking on Hollywood's most notoriously challenging role. The late-night host will MC the Oscars for the first time.
He really is going to rely on his relationship with the actors in the room to try to make them comfortable and relax.
Although a few will probably be excited and emotional after striking Oscar gold.
Stephanie Elam reporting. You can watch the Oscars right here with us on Sunday night on ABC7. Get a comfy spot on your couch and watch the big show. Let's get back to ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher now. She's enjoying some French cuisine at C'est La Vie's new restaurant.
And now it's my favorite part of Fridays is when we sit down and we get to talk about the food. So please tell us what you prepared today.
So you can have, to start with the breakfast, a baked croissant with dulce de leche. And to have a lighter part in the dish, we add some fruits, People love fruits.
So it's a balance after you
Yes,
have all
it's a
the
great
sauce
balance,
and the
yes.
croissant and French toast. This
So-
is such a classic.
So it's a croque madame. It's something you have in Paris, in the bistro of Paris. It's melted cheese on a toasted bread and ham, with a little salad to balance the plate once more, with the egg on the top. It's a croque madame.
I love it. And your quiche?
You have the quiche Lorraine. It's come from the east of France. It's ham and cheese baked with in a pie with salad. It's very good. It's very known in the east of France. When you're cold, it's a very good dish to have.
That's
like
right.
today, for
Like
example.
today, if it's not 80 degrees, we're cold.
Like this. I know that now.
Now you've started serving dinner.
Dinner, so we have the dog breast with peaches, so it's sweet and so. And you have the mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes to go with it. It's one of our best sellers.
I bet.
Yes.
Well, it's a classic
People
French
like that.
dish, right?
You're
Is
right,
the
yes.
duck breast.
The signature salad that we have is the Nordic, with a tuna salad in the center. We have salmon on bread. We have a very good quality salmon. We have a very good supplier, which made really the difference. It's a very good, you have much food and people love it.
And
the salmon is
it's
very
your
good.
bread. It's your
Yes.
wonderful bread.
The
that we
bread
love
is
so
bring
much.
every morning by the baker. They work all night to have fresh bread every morning, so the bread is great.
Beautiful salad.
So a French classic. The mussels, we have 4 ways to cook the mussels, and we serve it with real French fries. They are cooked in the morning. Every morning we cook them once, and when the customer wants these dishes, we cook them the second time, which make them very sweet
Crisp
and very
thick.
fresh.
And that's such the classic way.
Yes,
I
it's a
love that
classic.
you take the turn, and I'm so intrigued by the scallops.
So to finish, it's scallops on what we call a tian, Provençal tian. It's a layer of vegetables, so it's a very light plate, and very tasty with the scallops. And if you love vegetables, you will love this plate.
And it's going to pair beautifully with their fine selection of French wines. Go nowhere. It's about time for dessert in just a few minutes.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works in contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more.
The 4th Annual St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, February 25th and 26th at North Straw Park in St. Petersburg.
Bring your love and appreciation of art to the St. Petersburg Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I like all the money I save with Ace Rewards.
And what's not to like? On any day, Byron can find instant savings throughout the store, plus exclusive deals and points that'll all add up.
Ace is the place that rewards you in a million ways. That's hyperbole, but still, it's a lot.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Don't miss these February Red Hot Buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations are now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Pretty nice day out there. Nice day for boating. A lot of blue sky, light winds. So a lot of the folks are enjoying a very kind of calm sea. Well, not quite calm, but at least a light chop. We've had moderate chop for a couple of days now, and the winds were a lot stronger yesterday than they are today. But still, it's a very, very pleasant time out on the water today. No doubt about that. Currently, we're looking at an air temperature that's coming in comfortably at 75 degrees. Dew points have not changed all that much. They're still at about 62, low 60s. We had that yesterday. We'll have it again today, despite the fact that we have a lot of sunshine out there. We may see those dew points drop into the 50s on Sunday for a period of time when we get a kind of a refreshing wind coming in out of the northwest, perhaps, with a frontal boundary that'll be moving through here on Saturday night. Calm winds right now, humidity at 64% across the region. Temperatures generally in the upper 70s to mid 70s, a little bit cooler near the coastline, a little bit warmer inland. I think in inland areas, you're probably going to see temperatures here that'll probably be around 82, 83 degrees. Maybe over the weekend, we might even see some mid 80s, might see an 85-degree reading. How about that for February, huh? We're looking at 73 in Venice, 72 in Inglewood, Longboat Key at 69, 78 degrees in Bradenton, 77 in Parrish Lakewood Ranch at 78. It got a little bit of drizzle. It's now pretty much gone because of a cloud cover wraparound from a low pressure area that's still out in the Atlantic. We have the heavier weather located to our north. We've got kind of ice storms in Canada right now, just north of Toronto. We have some heavier rain showers moving into upstate New York. Could be flooding problems in upstate New York because of rapid snow melt. Very warm plume of air moving on up there. They're enjoying some very warm temperatures, but that can also lead to those flooding issues. And then this line of showers developing here could eventually be severe in nature. Gusty winds and some pretty strong storms building because of the clash of temperatures here between the two areas in front of and behind the front. 38 degrees Kansas City, 26 in Minneapolis. Jump the front, you've got 72 degrees in Cleveland. 72 degrees. They are loving that at this time of year. Washington, D.C., 74 degrees. My goodness gracious, we even had temperatures close to 100 in Texas yesterday. Pretty amazing. Now, we have a lot of snowfall piling up in the northern tier here. The UP of Michigan could see as much as 18 inches of snow. Some places in the open plains got as almost 3 feet of snow with the snowstorm that moved through. So pretty impressive. There's our low pressure area spinning around out in the Atlantic, whipping back a little moisture this way. So even though we have a northerly wind flow, we still have high dew point values. I don't really see that changing today or probably tomorrow either. But once this front moves through, we may be able to lower our dew point values just a little. This low pressure area wrapping around that colder air coming in out of Canada back behind the front. In front of the front, abnormally warm air for this time of year. A line of showers builds, but as it moves into the dry air now in place over the state of Florida aloft, that frontal boundary is going to fall apart. It has nothing to work with, so it really can't do much more than give us a wind shift and maybe a little bit of less humid air. A lot of sunshine today, warm afternoon, dry weekend in store for us. Should be a beautiful Sunday, I think. Again, the front coming closer to us will provide a shower or two through about Tallahassee into Gainesville and then fall apart as it sinks south. We get a little cloud cover maybe Saturday night for sunset. And then when you wake up Sunday morning, it's full sunshine for the weekend. Look for a daytime high that tops out pretty close to the 80 mark, more or less, all week long, except maybe Sunday when we're a little bit cooler. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In celebration of Black History Month, there are lots of influential African-American artists who help make music what it is today. Artists just like Billie Holiday. She's considered one of the greatest jazz singers of all time, performing with jazz greats like Benny Goodman and Count Basie. She's also one of the first black female singers to work with a white orchestra. That was with the Artie Shaw Orchestra. One of her most famous songs, Strange Fruit, which describes the lynchings of African Americans in the South. Holiday lost her battle to addiction in 1959. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000. In the 1920s, Josephine Baker became one of Europe's most popular and highest paid performers. One of her best-known performances was a show where she wore a skirt made of 16 bananas. She reportedly received more than 1,000 marriage proposals while overseas. Baker also worked for the French resistance during World War II. She later returned to the U.S., where she devoted herself to the civil rights movement. When she died in 1975, the French government honored her with a 21-gun salute, making Baker the first American woman in history to be buried in France with military honors. Chuck Berry is considered by many to be the father of rock and roll. His signature moves and one-of-a-kind style, making him a pioneer of the genre between the 1950s and 70s. One of his best-known songs, of course, Johnny B. Good. In 1986, he became the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's first inductee. Berry's influence can be seen in dozens of artists today, like the Beach Boys, Rolling Stones, and the Beatles. He turned 90 years old just last year. Well, one mother is using this Black History Month to teach her daughter about the power of change and positive impact. Throughout the month, Christy Jones has been dressing up her 5-year-old daughter, Lola, as different historical figures, from Harriet Tubman to Maya Angelou. She also dressed her as Zora Neale Hurston, a black novelist of the early 20th century, and took vintage-looking pictures of each portrait. Jones says she hopes their stories encourage Lola.
They had the deck stacked against them and were able to overcome all odds, and it's just so inspiring. You hope that your kid grows up to do incredible things, and having examples for them just kind of guides them.
Jones says each photo shoot ends with story time, where she teaches Lola about why each person is important. Lola, by the way, says her favorite historical figure so far is Rosa Parks, because she was brave. When we come back, we'll check in one last time with Chef Judy, and then there's not a lot of movies premiering in theaters this weekend, but one is expected to scare up some big business. Details next in Entertainment News.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Peace of mind is really crucial. The safety and security of this higher level of care, I think, is really important. Great nurses, great doctors, technologies that can really help when you are dealing with complications, high-risk newborns, or the infants that have medical conditions. This is the kind of care that we want at our public hospital.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair, where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Nobody beats Bacon's with Bassett. Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Right now, all custom premier sofas, upholstered headboards, and ottomans are 40% off. Don't miss this opportunity to get the custom ordered furniture you've been dreaming of for a limited time at 40% off. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Christophe, it would not be C'est la vie without your beautiful desserts. So please tell us.
Actually, you know C'est la vie by the desserts, but we're doing more because we have also crepe desserts that they are beautiful. This one, it's really a dream. It's Nutella, coconut, and banana, actually.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. But you have so many other types of these.
Actually, it's too small. That table, it's too small to show our display. We have so many desserts. But actually, it's the desserts that really fresh and that people love, and it's really classic French. And we do it, I mean, my pastry chef is really unbelievable and doing a great job, you know. It's a lot of people working for C'est la vie, of course.
And it's all brilliant. So whether you want croissants and buns or crepes or fruit tarts, whether you want to get the large size for a family gathering or lots of little pastries, you're going to love C'est la vie, and we're so happy you're out here on Cooper Creek Boulevard now. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right, Judy, thank you so much. At the box office this weekend, the psychological horror film Get Out opens. The horror thriller about a black man meeting his white girlfriend's family is already getting strong reviews and is expected to take first place. Also premiering, the thriller Collide and the animated pet tale called Rock Dog. Yeah, even ducks can live happily ever after, apparently. 2 ducks making their love official at a New Hampshire elementary school. The pair met as ducklings 2 years ago in a kindergarten class and have been inseparable ever since. The kids arranged this entire wedding, from the music to the reception, and then ducklings Ella and Emmett were the flower girl and the ring bearer. How about that? How fun.
Very cute. I think that's a popular thing to do for kids. I remember doing it as a kid. Myself and a neighbor married our dogs on the front stoop of the house in Cleveland. Yeah, it was very funny.
What did the dogs think about it?
Well, they could care less. They absolutely care less. But, you know, my mom was there, you know.
Yeah?
And,
so you put on a whole wedding?
My friend's mom was there, so it was a big deal. You know, we had the whole ceremony and everything.
Wow.
I don't know. Kids like that sort of thing. I guess they emulate their parents or whatever.
I guess so.
We have some very pleasant weather for the weekend. Get out there and enjoy it.
We will. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 5 o'clock.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.